Hello everyone, I'm Keen947, aka Wolfkeen, along with...
Headshot.
And welcome to another edition of Wolfkeen Talks. Episode 50. I decided that for episode 50 of Wolfkeen Talks, I decided to grab, my friend Headshot Utide here to help me out with this video. So, today on Wolfkeen Talks, we're going to be... And if you're wondering why I'm so far to the side, it's because Headshot's a big person, so he needs a lot more room than I do.
Hey man, what are you trying to say?
Hey, Jesus is taller than me too, so I can't say much. So today on Wolfkeen Talks, I decided to invite Headshot to help me out with this subject. Let's face it, guys, there are games that we grew up with or games that we saw in our younger years that we're kind of wondering, why isn't it around anymore? I mean, sure, there are reasons why some of these games aren't around anymore, but there are some games that we feel like if they were given another chance, they would survive in this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're doing. We're doing games that deserve a second chance. And I guess I'll start things off myself with the first game that I feel like deserves a second chance, which I know a lot of people are probably going to go against me on. Dino Crisis.
3 sucked.
Yeah, Dino Crisis 3 was abysmal. I actually saw it at a mom and pop shop for $15 on Xbox. And even
15?
then, that's asking much. I won't even pay $2.
Goodness.
The thing is about Dino Crisis, it was like the other side of what Resident Evil was. Because think about it, Resident Evil was about you fighting zombies. Dino Crisis was about you fighting dinosaurs.
Which is a good concept.
It was. And it really made you fear these dinosaurs because they made them powerful. Unlike the zombies in earlier Resident Evil games, okay, don't get me wrong, they're still deadly. But they're not as powerful as they could have been in later Resident Evil games. Hell, even 6 proves that zombies can be dangerous if you're not careful. So, I kept thinking, like, what would happen if they were to make a Dino Crisis game with the style of Resident Evil 6?
That would be kind of, it would be kind of interesting, actually, if you think about it, though. But, they would have to actually put some type of work into it and not just, like, treat it like cooking eggs and just serving it on a plate. You know?
Exactly. They would have to add something that makes us interested. But the thing was that, some of the scariest moments in Dino Crisis was going up against the different kinds of dinosaurs, and I forgot to lower my TV because I'm an idiot like that.
That's fine, it happens.
But, the different kinds of dinosaurs that you fought, especially in Dino Crisis 2, really made you fearful for getting into combat. Because, think about it, there were dinosaurs that would charge your ass having armor, so you wouldn't be able to hurt them. You know what I mean by armor? Like, you know how, like, dinosaurs are thick-headed and stuff like that?
Like tough skin and stuff, right?
Exactly, and you have to fight them in a different way. So you have to use, like, different weapons and stuff like that, and you have to fight them in a different means. Or how about the T-Rex battles in every Dino Crisis game?
That was awesome, actually.
Those were hard to do. Like, the first one, you had to beat the T-Rex before he forced you to the door, because if you don't, he's gonna kill you.
But maybe in this one, kind of like how RE6 has it, where you have to, like let's say you push square and X at the same time, or you have to like triggered events.
Yeah.
Triggered events with the T-Rex would be awesome.
Yeah, like that. Like, you know, you can shoot down like a canister or something like that, or maybe like a rickety air conditioner onto its head or something,
Yeah.
like in Resident Evil 4. But that's one game I want to see get a second chance. What about you?
What I would like to see get a second chance, and this is kind of like a nostalgic type of game, I would like Ape Escape to be rebooted. Because I had a lot of fun with it as a kid. That game had a lot of hype and was really good. They did make a second one. And then all of a sudden the game is just gone. You know, I love the fact that, you know, you catch apes. It was just fun. And I think that, like, even if it would be as like a Nintendo game or something like that, like to the Wii U, I think it would sell. I think it would gain a following, and I think older people who were kids when the game came out, it would rekindle their love for the game. You know, I'm guaranteed even haters would just buy it to try it and bash it. You know.
Yeah, Ape Escape was an interesting series, and they've shown it twice over, like Spike being in PlayStation All Stars. I mean, that really does make out the concern. Wait a minute, you'll put Spike in PlayStation All Stars, but you won't make another Ape Escape game? And not to mention they had an Ape Escape mode in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
They did?
Yeah, they did, where you played as Snake and you had to capture all the monkeys.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
That was only in the, I think that was only in I think you had to beat the game to unlock that, though.
So, what's your second choice?
The second game I want to see remade is Parasite Eve. I know a lot of people are about to say, oh, the third birthday was terrible. Yes, that's a correlating theme that some of these games have bad releases.
Wasn't that a Vita version?
It was. It was a PSP version.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. PSP.
But the thing is, why would that get released so late and they screw it up? Like, I seen gameplay for the third birthday, and it is a terrible. Like, it's horrible. I played the first Parasite Eve, and I liked the style that it was going for. RPG mixed with shooting aspects. It was definitely an interesting concept. Kind of like what Fallout does. If you really think about it, like what Fallout does.
Yeah.
Fallout is a hybrid first-person, third-person / RPG shooter. That's what Parasite Eve was kind of going for. It was kind of going for the...
RPG shooter.
Yeah, the turn-based RPG shooter, because the characters, even the enemies, were on like a bar, like Final Fantasy VII.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Final Fantasy VII, even the enemies had to follow this bar system that was filling up and stuff like that, especially if they wanted to do special attacks. Now, if Parasite Eve was to come out today, what kind of game would it resemble? That's hard to say, because...
It could work.
It could work, but the thing is that I don't know how it would work. I would probably have to say, like, in some semblance to Fallout in some cases, but try to keep it towards a turn-based RPG. Like a free-flowing turn-based RPG. Kind of like, or just make it into an action RPG. I mean, the second one wasn't that bad. It was just, like, it kind of was a departure to what Parasite Eve was popular for. I mean, look at Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts has proven you can do action RPGs well.
Yeah, anticipating the third one, but that's not the point. Yeah, that's pretty cool, you know.
Alright, what about your second?
My second would be Soul Reaver. They need to reboot a Soul Reaver. If they're making a Blood Omen, they need to reboot a Soul Reaver. You know, I remember watching my brother play it. I played it a little bit. I never beat it, but I would love to see that game get a reboot, because it would survive. You know, in this day and age. But it's like, I don't know what killed it. Do you know what killed it? Because
it was supposed to have a sequel. Like, it was supposed to have a sequel, but it never happened. It was, you know, in the lines of those games that were supposed to have a sequel but never happened, like Shenmue.
Yeah, they're not gonna rekindle that fire, are they?
Nah, I don't think so. And no, guys, it's not a game that we both want. I mean, I would love to see another Shenmue, but I digress. Yeah. But yeah, that was like another one of those games that never saw a sequel, like 13 on the GameCube. That could have had a sequel, but it never did. That's what happened to Soul Reaver, unfortunately, I believe. I think it had a second game on the PS2, and then that was it. It ended on a cliffhanger.
You know what it is, man? It's the companies, they want to look for something new. Like, I'm just off, quick 30-second thing, probably less. Like how Capcom killed Mega Man. You know, they didn't even put him in the next Marvel vs. Capcom game. They kind of want to, like, move forward, and they want to try new things, but, like, Soul Reaver was, like, such a great game, you know?
Yeah, it was.
It was great, man. I actually want to play it again. I want to go.
Yeah, I want to try to find it. I want to try to find that game. So
pretty sure we could find it.
I think my mom has a copy. I think my mom has a copy of Soul Reaver and Legacy of Kain.
Oh, look at that.
And I think she has both. Yeah,
I have Blood Omen.
Yeah, my mom has Blood Omen and Soul Reaver. I had Blood Omen 2 on the GameCube. Yeah. Wasn't a bad game.
Wasn't a bad game. What about you? Your third.
The final game that I really want to be remade, and I think a lot of people would have seen this coming. But come on, guys. I think everyone can agree with me on this one. Resident Evil Outbreak. Now, I know you're about to say, wait a minute, Wolfkeen, that's a running series. No, it's not. The Outbreak series stopped after the second Outbreak back in, like, what?
2005, was it?
2003, I believe? I don't remember.
Doesn't matter. It's like 10 years old. It still didn't even...
Exactly.
Make another one.
The thing is about Resident Evil Outbreak, it was one of the first tried and true online Resident Evil experiences. I mean, think about it. The idea that you could play as normal people, not as the characters from, like, the main story, I like this idea because every character had their own unique ability. My favorite was David because of his ability to craft items and stuff like that. And the fact that the online allowed you to play with people, and if you died, you got to become the zombie and attack your friends.
Wait, were you able to control the zombie?
Yeah, you were able to control yourself and attack the people.
That was awesome. I kind of missed that era, but I've seen online gameplay to make up for it.
I played it a few times. I played the online a few times. I was even around when the server shut down for Outbreak File number 2.
Did you hear about the buzz that they had where Capcom's not even bothering the people who are opening up the servers again for the Japan servers?
Oh, they're opening up servers again for Outbreak?
Yeah, it's been out, man. One of our streamer, D-Chaps, he's really into it. He does coding and modding and stuff, and he plays the Outbreak 1 and 2 servers, but they're the Japanese servers, but there's English. You know,
it's
everything's English. It's just the Japanese servers. They
sounds like I need to get involved in that, but yeah. I want to see another Outbreak game, or at least, I want to see an Outbreak game get released. And to be honest, I could see it working in the same style as Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6. I mean, if they do it properly and they do it with enough dedication, they can make... I mean, think about it. Outbreak came out during the beginning of the online era.
Yeah, it did.
If Outbreak was to come out now and they did it properly, it would excel as an online experience.
I believe so.
And I believe a lot of people can agree with me on that statement because it really would.
I mean, what the company needs to do is look back at the successful games. I mean, if they're making a Resident Evil 7, you need to make another Outbreak. Pretty sure there's a huge community for it.
There is. Same thing with the Star Wars 2 Battlefront community. But I digress. What is your final game that you want to see remade?
My final game, and this is one that I can actually remember how the game was Shadow Hearts. They need to reboot Shadow Hearts and make it like how Covenant was. And they just need to reboot another one. I love the fact that it was turn-based combat. That you actually, it wasn't like Final Fantasy to where you would have to take turns. You would have to take turns, except you would have to actually hit the damage markers in the circle. And like if you hit the weak points, your attacks would be weak. But if you spot on perfected it and hit all the hard points, like for potions and stuff like that, you would heal better, you would attack better, all your special abilities will cripple your enemies faster and kill them, and the leveling up system was great, the special abilities were great, and I think that with a couple tweaks to it, I think that the game would be very successful. I know they made 3, I don't know if they made any for the Vita or the PSP, but they should reboot it, and it was exclusive to PS2, right?
I believe so, yeah. I played Covenant.
If they still have the license, they should make it exclusive to PS4.
Yeah, because I seen my mom play Covenant, and I played like maybe about 4 hours of Covenant before I didn't get a chance to play it again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I liked the combat system because it was reminiscent of Legend of Dragoon, where you had to press like certain buttons to keep your combo going. In this, you had to press the exponent on the combat meter. If you missed once, that pretty much was the end of your combo. Like if you missed after the 3rd one, you'd only get like a 2-hit combo at best.
Or if you missed them all, just pray you don't get killed or wiped
exactly.
out.
Pray for your soul.
What do you mean Legend of Legaia?
Not Legend of Legaia. I said Legend of Dragoon because you have to press the buttons in order for you to do your combo.
Oh, Legaia had the same thing.
Legaia had you chose your combos.
You had to unlock them by doing that.
Exactly. You had to choose your combos. In that, you press X press X now, press square, press triangle, press square, press triangle. There, you get the move.
I don't remember Dragoon. That's why I got confused.
No, I saw one of the underdogs playing it. But anyways, guys, those are basically the games that we want to see get a second chance.
Yep.
Now, like I said, the thing is, we didn't do remakes of games, so no remakes no, we want a Modern Warfare 2 remake. No. These are games that deserve a second chance, not deserve to be remade.
Yeah.
And the second thing is no running series, because, well, he doesn't know about Shadow Hearts. Most of my series that I picked, and I know most of his series that he picked, are not running at the moment. They're either dead or no one new information on it whatsoever.
Yeah.
So anyways, guys, time for me to ask you a question. What are games that you feel like deserve a second chance? What are games that you feel like that deserve to be reborn, brought back into the fold and stuff like that? Leave your comment down below and, I'll discuss it in the comment section below. Alright, so with that done, let's get into some updates. 13 will be uploaded this Friday as normal. Saturday, I'm going to be uploading Tekken. The reason why I didn't upload last weekend was because the online matches were very laggy. I kept getting into disconnects and stuff like that. And
you tweeted that out.
Yeah, and I spent a good hour and a half trying to get matches, and it was just laggy as hell. And I was like, no one is not going to want to watch this because it's just me lagging out and having disconnects, and that's going to get boring.
Yeah.
And Sunday will be Fallout New Vegas. However, next week I will be continuing my Condemned playthrough. I am currently going to be recording some more, I'm going to be recording more Condemned for my channel, and I'm going to be recording, probably not this month coming up because, well, there are a few things in the works right now this month, so I really can't get into detail, but I don't know if I'll be able to start the Kane and Lynch 2 playthrough right away. I'll keep y'all posted when things, when things become more clearer, I'll let you guys know. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much all we have to say about this episode of Wolfkeen Talks. Leave your comment below about games that you feel like deserve a second chance. 13 will be Friday. Tekken will be Saturday. Fallout New Vegas will be Sunday. So anyways, Headshot Utai, thank you for joining me in my video this week.
Definitely. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. Oh yeah, guys, if you want to check out Headshot Utai's channel, YouTube channel, or live stream channel, go ahead and check out the description down below. I'm going to leave the links to both of them down below. Check out his live stream, check out his YouTube, because he is an awesome content provider. So until next time, guys, I'm Keen947, aka Wolfkeen, along with
Headshot.
And I'll see you all for the next edition of Wolfkeen Talks. So until next time, guys, take care.